really excited today because we've got two exciting guests. And one is called Lee Curtis, and he is the virtual playboy. So, God, what's going to be talking about that? That's a bit of excitement.
Yeah, thank you.
I know. And we've also got a lovely lady called Julia Buckley, and she's like a fitness guru, but she uses science. So,
okay.
you know, I need a bit of help with us girls.
Yes, I need some help, that's for sure.
She's got the work cut out.
So I'm just going to get Lee now.
Yay!
Oh, lovely to see you all.
All about you. We heard virtual playboy, and all the girls were like, "Oh, you got us very
excited."
Yeah.
What happened with you with this virtual playboy? How did that come about?
I've been a musician for all my life, really, about 34 years, and it's always helped me get through and find balance in my life being a musician. And of course, when COVID hit, I lost all my events, and I lost all the gigs and everything, really. Yes. So it was a bit of a shock to the system, of course. Indeed. You know, I mean, everyone's got a story, and it was difficult for everyone in their own ways, of course. But for me, I suddenly realized that entertaining people allowed me to be around people, and I love to help people. So it gave me the opportunity to do that. So when everything stopped, of course, it was quite traumatizing in some ways, really. So one day I was getting pretty low about it all, and I came up with the idea of this virtual band. I mean, it made me think about my life as a musician, and what I like to give to people.
Yes.
So and because I was unable to do that, I was struggling in myself because of that, and not being able to find balance in my life that way. So the idea gave me a chance to reach people on social media and things, and have my own virtual band.
And I found out a long time ago what a woman can do to your soul. I get this feeling I may know you.
It's lovely. I Billy, the little Billy. They're all Billies, aren't they?
They're all Billies. Well, you know, they're all kind of me. You know, it's my inner child, totally, really. And my experience of working with bands, because they're all different characters in their own way. You know.
Yeah.
So when you got these little virtual people together, when you got them together, so they all have their own character. Well, how did you manage to voice them all to sound a bit different? Because the harmonies, when I heard you singing, are fabulous. I love it.
It was quite a new thing to me. I've always been a singer, and I've done singing work in the theatres and in the country music, really. But I made my name in country music with my brothers. We were family harmony based.
Oh, right.
And you know, with lockdown, and it made me think about everything and how much I miss the harmonies. And I've been a solo entertainer for some time, and it's very difficult to harmonize with yourself live, of course.
It's a bit difficult,
so
yes.
I have tried though, but it doesn't work. So I thought a virtual band, and I could do it all myself, really. So that's how that came about. But the different voices is not something I've ever done. I'm not an actor or anything like that. So I developed it over a couple of weeks quickly, really, and just, you know, I was here by myself in my little office, so no one was watching, so I was just myself, I guess.
Yeah, you could experiment.
The first episode in I think it was May time of last year was my first episode, and it was a country song called The Playboys, and that's where the name kind of came from. And so I used Snapchat to record different characters for each band, and then recorded each character separately, and edited it all together, recorded the music, and put this little video together on the first week. But then I kind of made a rod from my own back, because all my fans and things were watching it each week. Every Sunday I had to do one, so I was doing one a week. which
Yeah.
got quite difficult in
You
thinking
asked
of
for
ideas.
it. You
Yes,
asked for that.
exactly. You
did-
started it. They
I know.
went feeding now. It's a brilliant idea. You need never ever engage any musicians again. You could just do it all
We will
yourself.
never have a problem with social distancing.
No, never.
I've actually started developing a live show, and that's what I thought, because it did so well.
Yeah.
And for me, through social media, of course, everyone being locked down, it's very difficult to stay connected to people.
Yeah.
So important. I mean, everyone was struggling, of course, you know. So it gave me an opportunity to carry on entertaining.
Don't you walk this way? Walk this way. Don't you walk this way? Walk this way.
It's been a crazy time. So the Virtual Playboys are my new band, and
Oh, it's brilliant. What a lovely name.
Kept me company. I think they've kept me sane. I'm not sure which way.
Yeah.
The animation part is excellent. I mean, had you done animation work before?
No, not at all. My dad taught me to program computers when I was about 10 or 12 years old. You know, when the Spectrum, the Sinclair Spectrums came out, and that thing. Yeah. So I always had an idea on computers. I've done website things over the years, and enjoyed being creative with it. So I learned very quickly with the video editing, and I'm a quick learner. So it gave me a chance to put my geeky side into it as well, really, and to help to get together.
It looks very expensive.
It's not.
Well, that's good, isn't it? It looks expensive, and it looks really, really good. Do you think you'll be able to move it on to do other things, like, as you say, storytelling, and use your animation to do things with?
I think so. I'm putting together a live show because I thought it went down so well on the internet that I thought if I can produce this in a live environment, then it'd be great. So I've actually this weekend gone. I've been to Torquay and done my first gig in 18 months and stuff.
Wow, that's great. Yeah,
congratulations. I did. I took the screen with me, and I've got some sketches. I've done 10-minute sketches of different things, and the characters come on. So I tested it out this weekend, and it went down really well. So I'm hoping next year I'll start doing some smaller theatres or something like that with the show, really.
I just love the whole concept. It's brilliant, honestly. Creativity flourishes.
I don't think it's really been done before, because I was looking around online to try and get ideas, and when you try and describe what it is, it's difficult to describe.
Yeah, you have to see it.
It's sort of unique in its way, really. But I know Little Billy's got his own little fan club now. It's an opportunity for me to help people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because what I did find with the lockdown, I was getting so many messages from, my industry I perform in is an older generation of people, which absolutely love it. I mean, they're the biggest fans, but they were messaging and saying how much their grandchildren would all sit down on a Sunday afternoon and watch the stream as well,
Nice,
So it captures everyone. So, and it brought joy.
Yeah.
For a difficult time. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Joy and fun, because things are tough. So, and if people that want to listen or watch, where do they go to find you? You said you're on Snapchat. How can they view where you are?
It's on virtualplayboys.co.uk.
Okay, yes.
Virtualplayboys.co.uk, and we've got a YouTube channel. So if you type Virtual Playboys on YouTube, all the videos that come up as well. Make sure you type the virtual, just Playboys,
Playboys,
different,
Thank you so much, Lee, for spending the time. We really appreciate it. And we'll be showing a clip as well, so everyone can see, your amazing talent. So thanks,
Lisa.
Lovely
Thank you so much for inviting me on. It's been brilliant.
Wishing you all the very best
and good luck.
Future.
Thanks, Rusty. We might get to harmonise together one day.
That would be good.
And it doesn't matter if we get the words wrong, because I do too.
I don't freeze anymore if I get the words wrong. I just put some words in. I just grab it from there and put some words in.
I do that.
And you've got your backing singers.
We'll
do it. It's on. You'll be on the first tour.
Take care of yourself.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, he was lovely, wasn't he? I love
Brilliant concept.
letting Julia out. Yeah, no, it's a really good concept, really funny.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Excellent.
Julia, welcome, and thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Looking great.
Yes.
Oh, thank
yes.
you. I'm enjoying the hot weather, but it's a little bit much, you know.
Yes.
Us Brits, though, aren't we funny? Like, you know, like we moan because we want the hot weather. When we've got
Yes.
it, oh, I need a pool. I need a swimming pool.
Oh, tell me about it. You know, and as a fitness trainer, my clients are all like, "Oh, it's too cold. I can't work out today. Oh, it's too hot."
Doesn't matter. No excuses. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Julia, how do you cope? Because you've been training and for a long time and like fitness, but how do you cope in this weather? And do you actually work out when it's this hot, or what do you do?
Yeah. I mean, I just think the best thing is try and get up early and get it done. Really.
Yes.
A fan. You know, I haven't really got any magic. So I do use these. This is just a cold pack. And it's just something these handy when I take a break, put it on my head or something.
What do you do? Do you take classes or do you do one-to-ones? How do you do it?
Mostly online. I do sort of live classes, and I also do pre-recorded videos.
Hi guys, I'm Julia Buckley. Here is an amazing full body fat burning workout using my unified metabolic strength and conditioning methods. Let's go.
When you do the online classes, is it you and what, like a one-to-one, or is it you and a group of people joining in?
Usually it's a group. And, you know, sometimes it'll be on my Facebook page where it can be thousands of people. Other times it'll be in a small group setting, you know, just a handful. So it varies.
What made you want to do it? Was it from a child, or later on, were you big and decided to do something about it? Or
Definitely not from a child. When I was a kid, PE was my most hated subject in school. I would skip school to avoid it. I got in all sorts of trouble. It was almost like to the point of it being a phobia. I suppose in my early 20s, you know, as you do, I started putting a bit of weight on and decided I'd, you know, try. And Jane found a workout video.
Oh, I got into that. Yes, I started on those. Yes.
Yeah. First time I'd ever enjoyed exercise. So I would do that video and I would have to keep pausing it and take rest, sit on the sofa. I would take over the living room. My brothers hated it. They thought it was really embarrassing. And I can still remember the first time I don't know if you remember the video, there was like a beginner and an advanced version of the same workout. And the first time I got to the end of the beginner version without even taking a break, I was so proud of myself. And I tell you what, still to this day, I look back at that girl and it inspires me now.
Yes.
wow.
You know,
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I suffered from depression for a while. I don't like to say suffered. It was, you know, it was an experience. And that was probably a big turning point for me because that's what really, fitness and exercise is what really got me out of that.
Yes,
Right.
I find if one is feeling down, the best thing to do is to do something physical. Either clean your house from top to toe or go for a long walk or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It's really tough because, you know, that's the last thing you feel like doing.
Yes.
But I think, you know, you get into a routine, and when you do it a few times and you really start to kind of realize to take in the fact of how much better it makes you feel mentally.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of rolls.
Do you find though, Julia, because that's what I'm always worried about. I mean, I'm not really a fitness person, but I'd love to be. In my head, I'd love to be running, but
And me.
yeah, it just doesn't work. Well, I find it really difficult to get motivated, but when I do it, but I just get bored. But I'm worried about, you know, like gaining weight, like as in like muscle. I don't want to be muscly, but I'd like to be slimmer, like or just
Yeah. Well, let me just reassure you. It is super hard for women to build muscle. You're not going to do it.
Really?
Without,
Yeah.
You know, if you see a female bodybuilder, you know, muscly woman, I mean, it's obviously a little bit hormonal, but on the whole, for your average woman, your average female bodybuilder, she works super hard for that. You know, she has a incredibly carefully controlled diet. She you know, trains like insane. You know, you sort of do half an hour in the gym doing weights every day. It's not even close. You
Really?
know,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm hardly the sort of bodybuilder physique. I train with
No,
weights.
you don't look muscly at all. You just look slim.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
do you do weights? Do you do weights?
Yeah. So all of my stuff is I train myself at home. Very rarely go into a gym, and my workouts are for people to do at home. So obviously I'm not lifting huge heavy weights, but pretty heavy by most people's standards for a woman, I suppose.
How heavy is that?
Well, it totally depends on the exercise, you know.
Yes.
I mean, in some ways, the kind of heaviest weight I do is like my own body weight. So if I've got a pull up,
wow, yeah.
if I do a pull up, I'm pulling my whole body weight. So that's heavier than any weight I've got. Yeah. But so I don't know, if I'm doing I've got a 20 kilogram kettlebell I use for some things.
We've got in the garage, we've got some weights that my other half, Andreas, bought. His idea was going to do the weights. It got the bench, the weights, the everything. Yep. It's in the garage. It's never moved. It's still in the box. I've got a dodgy hip. Would you, because and flabby arms here, what would you suggest for me to do to get rid of them, that I don't have to run about, just sit and do something? What would you suggest?
Again, it's a mix. So, if we're talking about fat loss, want a kind of mix of cardio and weights. If you don't like jumping around, have you got to get an exercise bike? That'd be great. Or, most people have got like one piece of cardio equipment in the corner of the room gathering dust.
That's true, yes.
Exercise bike, rowing machine, stepper, whatever.
A wobbler in the lounge, one of them ribble wobble machines that he said go on.
Well, one of the vibration plates.
Yes.
Yeah. Those power plates. Yes, they're wonderful.
They're kind of okay. They might make your core work a little bit harder, but not really. I always remember when I was a kid, my grandma had one of those big wave belts.
Oh yes.
Wobble and belly around. Sort of 10, 15 minutes a day for a beginner is absolutely fine. Like jogging on your exercise bike, just the first stages are about getting into a routine, building the habit.
That's true. Yes.
Just, whatever feels good, bit of extra movement into your day. And that's all we need to get started, that bit of extra movement. And then, that's a foundation you can build on. There's nothing more demotivating than, a workout that you think is going to hurt, that you're scared of, it's horrible. That's not what beginners,
need. Or you won't achieve the poses or something like that. Yeah.
Julia, though,
are there strength building ones that you can look up to do to strengthen your back and things like that? Getting older, you need certain different exercises that you can't move around. So what would you suggest?
Plank is very good for that. The plank where you're either on your elbows or on your palms, nice straight line through the body. A lot of the things people traditionally think of as kind of abs exercises, you're also, you're working the whole core, the whole midsection. So that's going to help to support your back. And also, weight training, not weight training on the machines in the gym, because what you're doing there is you're supported by the chair or whatever, you're supported by the machine. But if you use dumbbells or kettlebells or, the long barbell, then your whole midsection has to engage to keep your posture. So that's how you get your back nice and strong.
Okay.
Julia, how do your two worlds collide now? Because obviously you're into fitness, but obviously you still write, and how does that work?
Yeah, well, I don't get much time for the writing nowadays. I really miss it. But so I mean, what happened was I was working in the media. I worked for the BBC for a long time and at various websites, and then I went freelance and I was working on a lot of women's magazines and lifestyle stuff. And I suppose because a lot of the women's magazines are sort of health and lifestyle, I found myself pitching more ideas about fitnessy stuff, and that made me kind of get more into fitness, and the whole thing just sort of snowballed. And then I was offered to do the personal trainer qualification. That's how I became a trainer.
Nice.
So when I originally did that, I was just thinking it would add weight to me as a journalist, give more authority to my fitness articles if I was a personal trainer. So I did the course, and I just loved it. I never thought, I would, never saw myself as a trainer. Yeah. And then, so I did a little bit of it as a sideline alongside my journalism. But then I got a book deal to write a fitness book. So so I wanted to do, I didn't just want to kind of write about fitness. I wanted to give people something that they could use. So I developed a 12-week program for the book. This is way back. I wrote it in sort of 2010, 2011. So there wasn't, online training wasn't really a thing at the time, but I wanted people to be able to do the workout without me being there. So I didn't really want to test it on personal training clients. So what I did was I went on Facebook and sort of put a call out saying, look, if anyone wants to try out this program with sort of, you know, remotely. Do you want to be in the pilot group? And so that got a good uptake. So I set up this Facebook group and I started off giving them some written instructions. And I also made some just really little recorded clip videos of me demonstrating the exercises so that I could get feedback from them and they could, you know, test out the program for me. And what happened was they just got really great results, and their friends heard about it, and they wanted to carry on. So after the 12-week program was up, basically I just kept going and started charging people. so that's what kind of morphed into what I do now.
So for the future, Julian, what's next for you? What do you plan?
You know what? I've stopped making plans because every time I know what you're supposed to say, you're supposed to have this 5-year plan and stuff. Every time I've tried to make a plan, life has taken me off in a different tangent and it's worked out for the best. So, you know, I'm just growing my business, trying to help as many people as I can, and enjoying the ride right now.
Nice, yeah.
Brilliant.
That's what it's all about, as you say, enjoying it. And if you can help as many people, that's fantastic. And Julia,
it's so fulfilling. And you know, the before and after pictures and all that, they're great and nice to have. But what really gets me up in the morning is just going back to what we were saying about mental health. You know, I so often get messages from people saying, you know, thank you so much for what your workouts have done for me. I went for a promotion at work. I went for a job I never thought I'd go for. I got out of a bad relationship, or you know, or I just up in the morning and I feel so much better about myself. And you know, that money can't buy the feeling of doing good.
Yes,
by helping people in that way. I mean, for me, that's what life's about. That's what I'm here for.
It is beautiful. That is lovely.
Absolutely. And mental health.
But you look amazing.
You
know,
do. Yes,
when
enviable.
you don't look old enough to be getting to have been going through a book.
Well, Rusty. I mean, how do you still look the same as I remember you up from those years ago? How are you doing that? That's what I want to know. You look beautiful, and
bless you.
I don't want to sound girly, but it's so exciting
when you go through the door. So lovely. So you've got, is your book still out? Do you still have your book?
Well, kind of. You know how it is in the book industry. It came out in. It was a hell of a ride. It came out in 2014, I think it was released, and it was for a very small amount of time. But for a small amount of time, it was #1 in all books on Amazon.
Oh,
I know. Oh, honestly, I feel a little bit giddy thinking about it still now. So that went down. That went down a storm. But obviously, you know, it's 6 years old now, but it's still on Amazon.
Do you think of doing another one at all? Have you got time?
Every so often, I think, you know, I'd love to write a book about this, but I don't know. Do people still want fitness books now? You know,
I think so.
Yes. I think especially now we're coming out of lockdown, I think people need them.
Okay.
Especially on the mental health side.
Yeah, mental
health side that you mentioned, because with this lockdown, you know, a lot of people have gone to very dark places, and your book could pull them out of it. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, I did. I had a meeting with a publisher a couple of years ago where I kind of sort of pitched that something a little bit like that, you know, sort of mindfulness and fitness, you know, in sort of one sort of program. Yes. They weren't that keen. Maybe I should take it somewhere else.
I guess they're keen now, really.
Yeah, times move, you know, it's different now. You should maybe, if you fancy it, you know, try again, really, because I think it would fill a gap that needs filling. Yeah.
Well, I've done an online program which did that. It's called Unity, where we did workouts and we also did meditation and kind of during the workouts, I would be reminding people to sort of, you know, I like to use the term "come home to your body," because so often Our minds are all over here, over there, thinking about, you know, what we should have said to someone, what we've got to do later.
Indeed.
And one of the things workouts can do, I think, is really sort of bring you into the now, because you just don't have the space to think about that. And
and find your inner still, really. You know, just come back to yourself, really. And
sometimes you don't even sort of realize it's happening until after the session. Because I suppose, you know, say you're doing plank, you've got to really focus on keeping everything flat and straight, pulling it all in. And, you know, you're just there in the moment. And then, you know, it's when you sort of come and do your stretch afterwards and lie flat on the mat, you're like, oh, God, you know, for a few minutes there, I was just here.
Because all of us, you know, like you're thinking, oh God, I've got to, like, you know, take the dog out for a walk, or what am I going to have for dinner? And
Plus you're worrying about the bills, the this, the other, how you're going to get this, you know, and all that. And then you need something like this would just pull you out of yourself.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely, And you know, a lot of my members are mums, or traditional. Well, it's everybody now since lockdown. But you know, before the most of the people who wanted home workouts, it was a lot of mums with kids. And you know, for them, that sort of half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever space, but just something for them on that
just
day.
Space for you. Yes,
makes all the difference. I mean, ultimately, it's not just for them, because you know the example they're setting for their kids, and so you know, I mean, whether you're a mum or it's just, you know, all of our relationships in life, whether it's work, family, friends, benefit from us being that bit more calmer, that bit more in ourselves.
Yes.
And contented with your life. You know, make yourself contented. It's a thing that, you know, every every Wednesday or Tuesday, you've got to do this thing, and it's for you.
And you just let all that other stuff go, don't you? I mean, sometimes it just feels like it's literally sweating all the anxiety out of you.
Yes, there's definitely a book there, isn't there, Anna? There's definitely a book there. If it's a thing,
really think about it.
Julia, I think we've talked you into it, but thank you. So you're
be your agents.
I'll send them this.
Yes, absolutely. We want your book. We want your book.
Inspiration.
Yes.
Wellness.
There's the title. Inspirational Julia.
Oh, hashtag.
Get your kits on.
Where can people find you? So you've got a website and that, so they can find you?
Website's the best place, and that links to all my social channels. So my name's Julia Buckley, Buckley, so it's juliabuckleyfitness.com.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, Julia, and taking the time, and good luck with everything. I want to see the new book.
We want to see the book.
Yes.
No pressure, but no, thank you.
No pressure. Take care of your dear self.
Take care, Julia. Bye-bye.
Bye, Julia. Bye-bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye.